All right, so the first thing we will do is we will take this distance, so from here to there, and we're going to mark it from there inwards. So this is 2.5 inches, which means we are going to mark that over here. So we take this on 0 and we put it on 2.5 inches. Now the video that I have shared with you earlier, the link is from YouTube. It also explains the same thing. Maybe it has a few additional steps, so we are going to try and reduce the number of steps also, but that's a very good video. If you're getting confused, you can always go back because it is a video in the end. So we've got this distance now, and we've got this distance as well. So basically, if you look, this makes a small triangle over here. First thing you will need to do is join one end of your major axis to the end of your minor axis. So you're getting this hypotenuse. Take this distance, which is the remaining, which is your 1 inch, and mark it from the lower point. So you mark it over here. It's usually easier if I give them all names. So if I put an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on, but they keep adding up. So just make sure that you keep this in mind. This distance you mark over here. Whatever is remaining, you mark that on the hypotenuse. Take this distance as your next thing. Put this on your compass. So we're going to do that next. So you take this distance on this compass, which basically means you put the compass on one end and you put the pencil on the other. Okay. Then put it over here. So now these are the 2 points from where you're going to intersect the arcs, which basically means you put it over here. You make an arc on this side of this line and similarly on this side of the line. And you do the same thing from this point. So one intersection point there and one intersection point here. With that done, you take the scale and you match the 2 points so that they match here as well. That's where your arcs are going to be made from. If you want to intersect the whole thing, you can, but mainly it's going to be over here that the intersection will come. So you can leave it like that, or if you wish, you can extend the full line also. Now with that done, the first arc that you will need to create is going to start from here till this point. So now we are basically making a circle. We're going to make 4 circles to make the ellipse. Now in my compass, I can't go too far beyond. So I'll probably be able to land up somewhere there further. If your compasses don't have this, then obviously it can expand a bit more. So let's say we put it on this point, which is what we have intersected, and we construct our first arc. Okay, to find the next point, so we need to make the same arc on this side as well. One option is that you basically try to put the pencil point on that point first, and then you figure out over here where you need to be. Or the other thing you can do is you put this at the back now, so you move it from here to there and you make a small intersection over here, and that's the point where you will then put the compass to construct your second arc. So that takes care of your 2 major axes. Okay, so major arcs. So this is one arc and that's your second arc. Now for the third arc, which will be the smaller arc over here and the one over here, you require this as your radius. So wherever this line had intersected your major axis, that becomes your center point. This becomes your turning radius. So take the compass, put it on this center point, match it over there, and you construct that end. Now same way, you need to find the center point on this side. So all you need to do is you put the compass pin over here, you intersect your major axis, and you will get the center point. You put the compass over there, there, and you construct the rest of your arc. Now that is happening because, as you can notice, I have used a sketch pen. So if you notice, it has shifted out, and those are, so over here it's in the kind of centrally aligned, but over here it's not. And if you look at this point, this is a big fat point, it's not a point. So as mentioned to you earlier, it needs to be like that. So now look at this, look at that as a center point, and look at this as a center point. Here you almost get a square in the middle, there you don't. So you need to use a very sharp pencil when you construct these things. You can't use a sketch pen like I am. So you also can't use a blunt pencil like this one.